You're watching East Tennessee Weather, powered by Rusty Wallace Automotive Group.
And good morning, 7 o'clock as we get started on our Monday. How's everyone doing this morning? Did you have a good weekend? What a beautiful weekend it was. Well, Saturday was amazing. Not a cloud in the sky all day. And Sunday, well, we saw those clouds increasing across the area. But out there this morning, we do have mostly clear skies. That's allowed those temperatures to really fall off here as we get the day started. And that's really going to be the story here throughout the day today as we continue to highlight some chillier weather that's going to be working its way in. Right now in Hardin Valley, it's 38 degrees. We'll see increasing low-level clouds throughout the day as our trough swings its way into the area. And that's what's going to bring us even colder temperatures by tomorrow morning. So a hard freeze goes into effect with wind chill values anywhere from 0 to 25 degrees above zero. And that's tomorrow morning. It's going to be a rather chilly start to our Tuesday. Tuesday, though, we'll see sunny skies. It will be a little bit on the warmer side. Those warmer temperatures will stick with us through most of the week. So we'll go slightly above average to slightly above average. And then we're talking about our next cold front. That next cold front's going to be swinging its way into the area as we get into Friday. And that's going to bring us increasing chances for rain. So happy Monday. We're back at it here this morning. How's everyone doing today? Are we doing good? Did you enjoy the weekend? We'll talk about our weekend adventures coming up here in just a moment. So put it on the chat. Let me know what you did this weekend. And then we'll get back to that after the forecast. And we'll highlight everything that everybody's been doing. I'll talk about what the Witchers did here this weekend. And did you celebrate St. Patrick's Day? So what did you do this weekend? We'll highlight that coming up here in just a few minutes. Right now, let's go ahead and take you outside. Temperatures this morning. We'll talk about temperatures here in a moment. Let's talk about those TDOT cameras here. The good news is there are no accidents in and around Knox County surrounding areas. Tri-Cities is doing great. Chattanooga is doing great as well. So we'll highlight some of the, let's go in, not out. Let's highlight some of these weather cameras, or traffic cameras, I should say. We'll take you to basically Morrell Road. Why is it not clicking? There it goes. How about 40 and Gallagher View Road? We'll take you to 40 and Gallagher View Road here this morning. And again, a nice calm start to the day. Traffic is running smoothly, but of course, Knox County kids are back in session here. And so that's going to increase the volume of traffic as we get the morning started. All right, so temperatures this morning are running about 10, 15, nearly 20 degrees colder than what we were yesterday. So if you got up and went off to church yesterday morning, you know how that felt. I like to try to put things as much into perspective as possible. By the way, grab your cup of coffee. Enjoyed that this morning while we chat and get a look at the forecast here. So cheers to you as we get this started on this Monday. All right, so when you look at the numbers, we're now currently in the low 30s, low to mid 30s anyways, from Morgan County, Cumberland, Scott, into Fentress, and even Campbell and Claiborne County. We do have some low 30s up into parts of Hawkins and Hancock counties, but the most of East Tennessee is likely not to see much frost here this morning. Could be waking up to a little bit of frost if Stephanie's going to be joining us this morning from North Crossville. She may have a little bit of frost on the car, but I think most of us will be doing just fine. So here's how the day plays out. We're going to start off with plenty of sunshine, but the clouds will be on the increase. These are some low-level clouds, okay? So we've got some moisture streaming in about 5,000 feet in elevation. And that's going to give us the partly cloudy to maybe even mostly cloudy sky as we get into the second part of our day. So we go from the 30s now. We'll be in the mid-40s as we get into the lunch hour. And what a difference a day makes. As the trough swings its way on through, temperatures will drop into the 40s and 50s for forecast highs. Our average highs for this time of year are in the 60s, and so we're going to be trending much below average throughout the day today. While we've been trending well above average last week, we had 10, 20 degrees above average last week. We start this week, about 10 degrees below average. As we get into the evening hours, we'll be in the upper 40s for the evening rush hour, low 40s by 8 o'clock here tonight, and upper 30s by around 10 o'clock this evening. So when the sun goes down, temperatures drop pretty quickly. It's going to make for a rather chilly start to our Tuesday. And we'll talk about those coming up here in just a moment, those numbers anyways. But the other side of the story today is going to be a little bit on the breezy and gusty side, a sign of a changing weather pattern. As that trough digs in, that's going to tighten our pressure gradient, and that's going to kick up the wind. So we're talking winds anywhere from 15 to 20, 25 miles per hour, gusting. Anyways, then the winds will relax overnight tonight, and that's what's going to allow those temperatures to really fall off tomorrow morning. But you combine the wind with low relative humidities as we get into the afternoon. So wind and low relative humidity increases our fire danger. And so we are in that springtime time of the year where we have spring fire danger. So we do have a special weather statement that's been issued by the National Weather Service. This runs until 7 o'clock here tonight. We'll see because we'll have the elevated fire risk because of the increasing wind and the low relative humidity. All right, so when you look at your future cast, pick up our timeline here this morning. We have mostly clear skies, but watch this. The clouds will be on the increase as we get into the second part of our day as that trough starts to dig its way onto the area. The Futurecast doesn't pick up on a whole lot of that low-level moisture, but I do think that we'll have partly to maybe even mostly cloudy skies at times as we get through the afternoon. But this actually takes us through tomorrow morning, and we'll have the mostly clear skies. So through the day today, we'll see increasing clouds. Then overnight tonight, we'll see the clouds decrease. And look at those morning lows. So morning lows dip down into the low, mid, and upper 20s. Okay, so it's going to be a chilly start to our Tuesday. However, still a little bit of a breeze out there. And so we're talking wind chill values in the teens and 20s, but it doesn't stop there, my friends. Look at this. Across the mountain counties and the mountains itself, we'll have wind chill values anywhere from 0 to 10 degrees above zero. I mean, Mount LeConte, Newfound Gap, Klingman's Dome, Purchase Knob, even Gatlinburg, Tremont are going to be in the teens, Pittman Center and Pigeon Forge. Places like Top of the World, Townsend, Wallen, Cades Cove, and McGee-Tyson Airport will be in the teens and 20s as we get started on our Tuesday. Those are wind chill values. So it's going to be a big old shock to the system from what we've seen here over the last 5 to 7 days anyways. 3-day forecast, we're going to see those temperatures climb into the mid-50s on Tuesday. So a little bit warmer, just a skosh warmer on Tuesday. But then we'll see those temperatures climb into the mid-60s on Wednesday. And we'll stay in the mid-60s on into our Thursday as well. All right, whose allergies are bothering them? Here you go. Pollen counts drop just a little bit as well Tuesday, Wednesday, but pollen levels do return as we get into our Thursday and Friday time frame. All right, folks, we need to take a quick little break here and talk about the sponsorship for this morning. This is Wake Up with Witcher's sponsor here on this Monday morning. It's Volunteer Home Mortgage. Volunteer Home Mortgage is actually a locally owned and operated mortgage company serving all of East Tennessee, but they also serve Georgia and Florida. Now, as a mortgage broker, they offer a variety of mortgage programs to visit your unique and personal mortgage needs. They offer a slew of mortgages. You can see those on the screen right there. They also offer free consultations, and their loan officers are available 7 days a week. Give Jerry and her team a call today at 865-238-7500. That's 865-238-7500. You can see the number there on your screen as well. Or you can visit them online at volunteerhomemortgage.com. All right, let's go back to the weather maps here this morning as we highlight what's in store for the big picture weather pattern. And here's the story, my friends. We have a trough of low pressure that's going to be swinging its way into the area. And that trough is what's going to dig its way out of the upper Midwest and the Great Lakes. This is what's responsible for bringing us the cooler temperatures. And because this air is coming in from Canada, Canada is dry. So remember, we have colder Canadian air is drier versus warmer, moist air down from the Gulf of Mexico, which is going to increase our humidity levels. But because we have the trough moving through, that's going to give us the colder, dry air. Temperatures this afternoon around the region only in the 30s, 40s, 50s, and some 60s and 70s across the southeastern coastline. Overnight lows, though, tonight drop down into the 20s and 30s across the entire region. And because we're in springtime, we get back to that spring growing season. And so until Tuesday morning, we've got widespread freeze warnings from West Tennessee down to the southern Middle Tennessee. Nothing here in East or Middle Tennessee for the most part as of right now. We'll see what the National Weather Service does. But we have more of a growing season further to our south. That starts to creep its way northward. And so remember, we don't want to plant until we get closer to the middle of April because that begins our growing season, and we can still have frost and freezing temperatures. Freezing temperatures with some frost, right? So something to keep in mind. On the other side of the story, as I mentioned, that we do have a chance for rain on Friday. But here's that storm system. It's going to be another little wave in the atmosphere that's going to be swinging its way in from the southwest. So it's going to be out across the Four Corners area as we get into our Thursday morning. But through the day on Thursday, you can see how this scoots across the southeastern U.S. See that little dip in the ISO heights? Those are lines of equal heights up in the upper parts of the atmosphere. This lets us know that we have waves. And so you see how on the leading edge that we have the rain, albeit on the light side. On the back edge, we don't have anything. Well, that's because on the leading edge of that trough, we get rising air. On the back side, we get sinking air. It's a wave. Picture a wave. I talk about this often here on the channel, that when you look at a wave, you have a boat on the water. If a wave comes through, what happens to the boat? It rises. On the back side of the boat, it sinks. And the atmosphere does exactly the same thing. And so on the backside of these troughs, we typically get sinking air and we shut down the rainfall. Although, as I mentioned, it doesn't look like it's going to be a whole lot of rain. Maybe a tenth to a quarter of an inch of rain around East Tennessee. The bulk of the rain is going to be down across the southeastern U.S. As that low starts to strengthen at the surface, it will produce more rain, pick up more Atlantic moisture. And so places like Charleston and Myrtle Beach will get a lot more rain. The Outer Banks of North Carolina, a lot more rain than what we will here in East Tennessee. So your temperature trend over the next 7 days, we're in the mid-50s, low 40s and 50s today, mid-50s tomorrow, and then we'll be in the mid to maybe some low and upper 60s as we head through the week this week. Remember, we got the cold front on Friday. That will cool our temperatures down into the low 60s, but we don't cool down behind it. We'll actually warm up as we get into the weekend as high pressure builds its way back in. So low temperatures, chilly this morning, but not nearly as cold as what it's going to be like tomorrow morning. We're down into the upper 20s tomorrow, so a hard freeze tomorrow morning, and then we come above freezing for the rest of the week into the weekend and to start next week. But as I mentioned, the average last freeze and frost is typically between April 1st through about April 14th, give or take. Some areas a little bit sooner, some areas a little bit later. Chattanooga is going to be a little bit sooner because they're a little bit further south, so the last freeze is March 24th. And the last frost is April 4th. Now, looking ahead from the Climate Prediction Center, we may be trending a little bit above average from the 24th through the 28th, but then maybe do we trend a little bit below average the 26th through April 1st? Is Mother Nature going to be playing an April Fool's joke on us? I don't know. Only time will tell. And by the way, we continue our calendar countdown. Spring, my friends, is a whopping 1 day away. 1 day away. Tomorrow is the first official day of spring. Now, we've been in meteorological spring since March 1st, but officially spring arrives tomorrow. Easter is only 13 days away. Can you believe that? We're going to be going camping, actually, for Easter. Tax day, got to throw that on there. Keep us all up to date on tax day, right? We're 27 days away from tax season. Well, it is tax season, but tax day anyways. And Mother's Day is a whopping 54 days away. All right, so let's say good morning, everybody. Let's see how everyone is doing this morning. Got a lot of folks joining us this morning, so happy Monday. Let's go back to the top of the chat and say good morning to everybody. It is a great start to the day for sure. Good morning, Tom from TK's Gourmet Food Wagon. And we've got, let's see, Tina. Got Tina joining us this morning. She avoided, so you traveled safely. I'm glad you made it. She made it back down to Marietta, Georgia safely. Good job, Tina. Apparently, my friend was just texting me saying Mother's Day is 55 days away, so I may be 1 day off. I apologize. Sorry, Vegas. Vegas must be watching this morning. Good morning, Vegas. I call him Vegas. His name is Justin. He's a meteorologist actually in Baltimore. He does the morning show up there. We've been friends for, like 24 years, something like that, because we went to meteorology school together. So thanks, Vegas. All right, here we go. So we got Pat on here. So, Tina, I'm glad you made it back to Marietta, down to Marietta and back safely. Pat says it's a bit on the cooler side per her liking. Got Lee joining us this morning. How was golf this weekend, Lee? Did you get out and do some golf on Saturday? Did you enjoy the break on Saturday and Sunday? You didn't have to join in for any Wake Up with Witchers. It was a nice break for sure. So what did you do this weekend? Did you enjoy it? I will tell you that the Witchers, I was trying to get some photos up and ready to show you this morning, but I'll put them on social media later on, so make sure you check that out. But we went and actually did the Virginia Creeper on Saturday. If you've never done it, it's all downhill for the most part. I mean, it's all downhill, but you have to pedal a little bit more towards the end where it flattens out. But it's 18 miles from the top of White Top Mountain all the way down to Damascus. And it was a lot of fun. We had little snafus from time to time with some of the kiddos, but generally speaking, it was a lot of fun. And then yesterday, did you see it on the social? Did the classic corned beef and cabbage for St. Patty's Day and a good old glass of Guinness. That is a tradition. I love St. Patrick's Day. I've always wanted to throw a huge St. Patrick's Day party, but we didn't. I still cooked the corned beef and cabbage. Took 3 to 4 hours, but it turned out so good. And now we've got leftovers to make some corned beef sandwiches, maybe some corned beef hash for some breakfast, maybe some Reubens, some corned beef Reubens. Sounds good to me. So Lee did some golf on Saturday. He did church on Sunday. Sounds like a pretty good weekend. Did you? Oh, yeah, that's right. Chris had a Pepsi Fest. How was that, Chris? I think you said that was in Louisville, Lexington, maybe Cincinnati, somewhere around there. Forget exactly where you said you were going, but Pepsi Fest. How was it? Was it a lot of fun? Were you able to buy any any paraphernalia for any Pepsi paraphernalia? So Brian Partridge says we had a pro skaters all weekend. What a blast that was. That sounds like a lot of fun. Like, are we talking pro skaters? Like, what kind of skaters are we talking about? Like roller skaters, ice skaters? Are we talking about like skateboarding? What are we talking about, Brian? So Tina had a good time with her cousins. Made a wonderful traditional dinner, Irish traditional dinner, that is. Made Irish soda bread to go with it. That sounds amazing. I think I mean, Irish soda bread's fairly easy to make, I think, right, Tina? So Julie did a little bit of shopping on a few errands over the weekend. She caught up on a little bit of housework. We did that too as well. And Julie also caught up with me. Right, Julie? Yeah, we had a good conversation. Julie is amazing. She's really trying to help spread the word of East Tennessee weather. And Julie, I cannot thank you enough. Really, truly, honestly, I cannot thank you enough for thinking about me, for wanting to help spread the word, for working for me on the sidelines, I suppose. Oh, coffees in hand, says Brian. Good cup of coffee this morning. I got a little Dunkin' Donuts. This would be the coconut cocoa coffee from Dunkin' Donuts. It's really good, actually. We've got Katrina joining us this morning. Good morning, Katrina. Well, Tina's not digging the coolness either. Good morning, Tiffany. We've got Tiffany joining us. I've not seen you on the chat before. If I have, I apologize. I may have missed it. Got Cheryl joining us from Sevierville this morning. Good morning, Cheryl. Tammy had a great weekend with her grandson and his girlfriend. Took me out to Outback for your birthday. Oh, yeah, by the way, it was Tammy's birthday. I think she said it was yesterday. Maybe it was Saturday. But everybody wished Tammy Bailey's birthday. Wish her a happy birthday this morning on the chat. Let's give her a big shout out this morning. Love birthdays. Tom says, yeah, welcome to Tennessee, right? It's springtime, the ups and downs, the roller coaster ride of spring. That's for sure. It's not over yet, you know? Listen, I mean, we just celebrated the 31-year anniversary of the blizzard of 1993 last week, the 12th and the 13th. So we know that Mother Nature's got a mind of herself. Let's see, Sandra says, good morning, Mike and all. Hope you had a great weekend. My weekend was good. She said Saturday was beautiful for my drive to Cookeville to get my grandbabies back to their mom and dad. That's great. It was quiet when I got back home. Sunday, she went to church, and at 5:30, my Titus 2 Bible study group met. Such a blessed weekend. Sandra, that sounds amazing. Sure hope you enjoyed all the time with your friends and your grandbabies. Oh, Mel, I'm sorry. Mel says, I'm hanging in there. Woke up at 3:30 to too much work over the weekend, carrying into the week on my brain. Ooh, yeah. When the brain doesn't shut off, it's hard to sleep, isn't it, Mel? I hate those nights. Your brain just does not stop at all. Good morning, Kay. Have a great day and have a great week as well. Look at everybody wishing Tammy a happy birthday. You all rock. Jerry says, good morning. It's a bit chilly in Talbot this morning. Wait till tomorrow morning, Jerry. It's going to be even colder. Oh, yay. Katrina says, Mike, Saturday I met Julie. So now not only has Katrina met Kimberly, now she's met Julie through this platform. She came by my work. It was so nice to meet her just for a few minutes. Hopefully everyone can do lunch sometime, and we'll do a meet and greet. Yeah, a lunch meet and greet would be fun, wouldn't it? Somebody find us a place where we can do a lunch meet and greet, a big old place where we can all sit down, have some lunch. We don't have to do it at nighttime. We can do it during the daytime, maybe on a Saturday afternoon or something like that. That'd be a lot of fun. Big old shout outs going to Tammy. Tom says spring cleaning and yard all this weekend. Yeah, we got to do that. I got to start spraying my weeds. If I don't spray my weeds, they're going to take over, and we're going to be down there with some sore hands, aren't we? Got to get at those weeds now. They'll take over the entire house if you don't take care of them. Oh boy, Sandra's saying, okay, what winter is this cold spell coming up? Dogwood. What trees are blooming right now? Dogwoods, right? Maybe dogwood. I don't know. I'd have to check in on that one. I'll find all the East Tennessee winters, and then we'll talk about that tomorrow. I'll do that today. Buck did a little bit of corned beef and cabbage. I love a nice little Irish tradition. Isn't it so good? But I sauce it up. I sauce it up with the horseradish sauce. Got to just soak it in that. Oh, ice skating, Brian. So Brian was doing a skate event, some ice skating competition. That's cool. Tom went to the Dan and Shay concert on Saturday night. How fun is that? Where was that, Tom? Mel says, believe this one is Redbud Winter. You may be right. All these little tiny winters that we have in East Tennessee, right? Tina says, even my dog doesn't want to get up. Yeah, I had to carry my dogs out this morning, or at least one of them. Oh, that's right. So the Pepsi thing was in Lexington. Rained Thursday night, all day Friday, and oh yes, got a few 10 cans for the collection and a couple of bottles. That's cool. I mean, did you pay top dollar for this stuff? Is this stuff going to be the stuff that you bought, Chris? Is it going to be worth a lot more, like the longer you hang on to it type of stuff? Or you just buy it because you didn't have that and you need to add it to your collection? Probably all of the above. Probably all encompassing, I would imagine. So Lee's birthday is Friday, the big 71. Well, Lee, join us on Friday for Wake Up with Witcher, and we'll give you a big shout out. We can't preemptively give you a big shout out, although you can have a birthday week. What are you doing this week, Lee? Are you enjoying the big old week here? 71. What a milestone that is. And you look fabulous, sir. You look fabulous. You don't look a day over 61. I can't really say 28. That doesn't work really anymore, does it? The older you get. Oh, yes, the power supplies did work. So I was going to go to the weather wall. I am going to the weather wall now. So thank you, Lee, for asking about that, for all of you who are wondering. So the weather wall is back in full force, my friends. And actually, I've done a lot of updates here this past weekend, last few days. I'm going to be updating the way we do Wake Up with Witcher. We're actually going to take it full screen, get out of this 24-hour Weather Channel view for a little bit. But I have to build that out. So you'll be able to see me on the weather wall once again. Fun stuff right there. Sometimes I feel out of place if I don't go to a weather wall to start pointing out the weather. It's like when I go to weddings. Whenever I take off my suit jacket at a wedding, I always reach up to take off my microphone, just because I associate broadcasting with wearing a suit, and so that's kind of what I end up doing. It's always weird how everything's in perspective, right? Oh, we got the National Cherry Blossom Festival going on in Washington, D.C. Anybody ever been up to that? I've never been, but man, aren't those cherry blossoms amazing? Buck wrote that here this morning. Dan and Shay was at Thompson Bowling Arena. Nice. That's always a great place to see a concert. Hopefully you had good seats there, Tom. Tom and I chatted over the weekend as well. We're going to try to test the Witcher's Weather Watchers. We're going to do another test. So, Tom, I'll reach out to you maybe today or tomorrow. The weather's going to be quiet this week, so I'll have a little bit more time. And so maybe we can reach out and or you can come over here and we can just kind of finagle it. So let me know. Shoot me a text message. Let me know your schedule. Although you said you're semi-retired, so maybe you're rather more free than I am. Anybody see the new merch shop on the new platform of East Tennessee Weather, easttnweather.com? Anybody see that? Tina's on her second cup of coffee. I better catch up, Tina. Tina's going to be buzzing around like nobody's business here in a heartbeat. Mel says, this is the first little winter, and it's clearly for the white cherry blossoms in D.C. She said she went a few years ago. Took me 3 weeks to get over the allergies. Ooh. Yeah, but they're so pretty, though, aren't they? They are so gorgeous. So, Buck, that's cool. Buck says he just acquired a 1964 Muhammad Ali autographed photo standing over top of the Beatles. Well, Muhammad Ali's not. Is he standing over the top of the Beatles, or the photo standing over the top of the Beatles? Magnificent addition to 4,500 autographs from 4 decades. Look at your little side gig there, Buck. That's pretty cool. Little collector. I didn't know you were such a collector. I knew you collected your concert tickets, and you've been to a lot of concerts. But that's cool. 1964 Muhammad Ali autograph photo. Okay, that's pretty awesome stuff. Send me a picture. I want to see a picture of that. You're welcome, Lee. So Chris says all the Pepsi stuff slowly climbs in value, but demand demand rules price. There were tornado warnings. Yeah, Thursday night we had quite a bit of severe weather across the Ohio Valley, down into Arkansas, Missouri. Tina, are you going to do 3 cups of coffee? Are you working on your 3rd here real soon? Well, Tina, I hope you have a great day. Get that cup of coffee going. Get the blood going. Do some calisthenics. Everybody jump and do some jumpy jacks right now. Get the blood flowing. So Cheryl's on her 2nd cup of coffee. Y'all got me beat. Well, we forgot to set the alarms for the kids this morning. And so I get a text message from my wife at like 6:35 going, oh, no. The kids hadn't not even gotten out of bed yet. They only had 20 minutes to get ready and off to the bus stop. So I ran inside and cooked some sausage, made some eggs for the kids, got them all ready for school with my wife. Got to put those alarm clocks back on after spring break. Totally forgot to do that. So Tammy's birthday was yesterday. I thought you said it was yesterday. I couldn't remember if it was when I was looking at the chat and she posted that on social media. I forgot. I couldn't remember if it was yesterday or Saturday. So Tina's gonna have her 3rd cup of coffee on her way to work. Tina, you're gonna get to work and be like, "Hey everybody, how you doing?" You're gonna go like 90 miles an hour. Everyone's like, "Whoa, Tina! Whoa, hey, easy, Tina." Everybody ready for the first day of spring tomorrow? What are we gonna do? We're gonna celebrate, even though temperatures are only gonna be in the mid-50s. Let's see what the sunrise is doing this morning. So we got those clear skies. Look at that. Got the clear skies this morning. Actually, we don't need the music. We'll just do that. Got the clear skies this morning. Those low-level clouds will start to creep on into the area as we head through the day today. So the clouds will be on the increase a little bit more so than what we have currently out there here first thing this morning. Got quite a few folks on here this morning. Again, we'll recap the weather forecast coming up here in just a moment. But I did want to also recap. It's 7:27, by the way. Let's go outside and see if there's any incidents on the interstates here at this hour. Doesn't appear to be. Traffic seems to be running smoothly here. So that's nice. We'll take a live look at 40 and Pellissippi Parkway. Look at that. Traffic's really light, it seems like, here this morning. So that's not bad. One single bit. What a great start to the day. Traffic-wise, weather-wise, in Hardin Valley. Again, we do have the clear skies. Remember, this morning's Wake Up with Witcher is sponsored by Volunteer Home Mortgage. They offer a slew of mortgage programs. They also offer free consultation, and their loan officers are available 24/7, 7 days a week, I should say. Maybe not 24/7, but 7 days a week. So give Jerry and her team a call today at 865-238-7500 or visit them online at volunteerhomemortgage.com. We're going to wrap things up here this morning. It is 7:28. We sure hope you have a wonderful day. It's going to be a great day, but just grab the jackets as you head out and about. Remember, tomorrow morning, we're talking about a hard freeze. We'll see what the National Weather Service does. We're not quite into our growing season yet. So once we get really into our growing season, the frost and freeze program goes back into effect. So frost advisories, freeze warnings, freeze watches, all those kind of things. Remember, we do have those further to our south into Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi, much of the deep south because they're further to our south, so their growing season starts a little bit sooner. A nice little warming trend through the week. We'll be at or slightly above average all the way through Friday and really into the weekend as well. But a chance for some light rain showers as we head into our Friday. It doesn't seem that Friday's going to bring us a whole lot of rain, so it's going to be trending a little bit on the drier side here this week. So really not a bad forecast whatsoever. We sure hope you have a great day, everybody. If you ever have any questions, feel free to fire away on social media. You can hit me up online as well, Mike at eastnweather.com. And we'll get to work with those questions any day of the week. And if you ever have anything that I can help you with, I will be glad to help you out. We'll send you back to the 24-hour Weather Channel. Let that play for a little bit so folks can get an update on the forecast as well. Remember, this is Wake Up with Witcher. We broadcast Monday through Friday at 7 o'clock in the morning. Saturday and Sunday, we take the time off unless we need to, of course, due to weather. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Go populate that YouTube channel. If you even don't watch YouTube, just go subscribe. Make sure you tell everybody that about East Tennessee Weather. The platform, the website. The new website's great. How many of you have seen the new merch shop and checked out East Tennessee, easttnweather.com? Have you checked it out yet? We've got a blog coming up as well. I was going to update that over the weekend, but because we launched the website on Thursday, worked on it all day again on Friday, and I don't know how to upload the blog yet. So I've got it ready to go. It's just not able to be uploaded yet. So we'll get that uploaded, and we'll let you know more down the road as more stuff comes our way. Remember, we do have an elevated fire danger today, low relative humidity. It's going to be on the breezy side, but again, increasing sunshine, and it's going to be a fantastic day. All right, my friends, wake up with Witcher this morning. It is now 7:30 on the dot. Go drink your extra cup, 2 cups, 3 cups, or maybe in Tina's case, she's going to have 8 cups of coffee before the day is over. I think it was Mel who said she wasn't sleeping very well last night because had too much on her mind. I think that was Mel, maybe not. But anyways, I hope you get a little bit more sleep. Just have a positive attitude, right? It's springtime in East Tennessee, and the first day of spring officially arrives tomorrow. All right, have a great day, everybody. Be safe, be kind to each other. Life is short.
Online up in the area or shopping those slam dunk socks at RustyWallaceNissan.com.
When you're ready for replacement windows, we offer high-quality, energy-efficient windows in many styles and colors. We want to help you improve your home's curb appeal. Free in-home estimate with upfront prices. No games or gimmicks. No high-pressure sales tactics. Double hung, picture, slider, casement, and architectural shapes. We offer them all. We've got a window for every home and a window for every budget.
You're watching East Tennessee Weather, powered by Rusty Wallace Automotive Group.
Good morning. Sure hope you had a great weekend. Saturday was gorgeous. A few more clouds on into our Sunday. A little bit on the cooler side as well. But here is that cooler air. It's going to be with us throughout the day today and also tomorrow. We'll also see increasing low-level clouds later on this afternoon. And then overnight tonight, a hard freeze goes into effect. We're talking wind chill values anywhere from 0 to 25 degrees above zero, so bone chilling for sure. Sunny skies and a bit warmer on into our Tuesday. We continue that trend all the way through Friday before our next cold front arrives as we get into our Friday, and that's going to bring us some light rain showers. It does not look like it's going to be a huge weather maker by any stretch of the imagination. So the forecast for the day today, we start off with temperatures in the 30s, maybe a little bit of frost around the area, warming into the mid-40s by noon. And our goal today is going to be in the 40s and the 50s. So we're going to be trending about 10 degrees below average considering what we had last week. It's going to have a much cooler feel to the air. And temps will drop pretty quickly into the evening hours. For the evening rush hour, we're going to be in the mid to upper 40s, low 40s as we get into dinner and bedtime. And as we get into the 10 o'clock hour, we're down to about 37 degrees. The other side of the story here today, as this trough kicks its way on in, are the winds. The wind's going to be on the increase, and humidity goes down. So relative humidity goes down, temperatures come up, wind kicks up. And so because of that, the National Weather Service has issued a special weather statement just saying elevated fire danger. So increased fire danger across the area thanks to the increased wind and the lower relative humidity. As we get into the evening and overnight hours, you see our future cast, we're going to become mostly clear because we'll have this pocket of colder air in place. That's going to allow our temperatures to really fall off on our Tuesday morning. We're talking morning lows in the mid to upper 20s, but we will have a little bit of a breeze. So wind chill values, most locations in the valley will be about, say 15 to 20 degrees to 25, but across the mountains of East Tennessee, that's where we're talking wind chill values in the single digits. So 0 to 10 degrees across the mountains of East Tennessee. It's going to be a cold Tuesday morning. Tuesday, after some morning frost and a hard freeze, we're going to warm into the mid-50s. How about some mid-60s by Wednesday? And by Thursday, we'll stay in the mid-60s with mostly sunny skies. Now, we'll start to see those clouds increasing throughout the day on Thursday as we track our Friday storm system. So we'll highlight that in the big picture weather pattern right now. But if you need to hit the road and head off to work or school, have a great day. Let's continue the forecast here. By the way, pollen levels, okay? One thing I wanted to point out is Tuesday, Wednesday, because temperatures will come down a little bit, pollen levels should drop a bit, and then pollen levels increase once again. The cold air brought to you by a trough, a low pressure system, a trough of low pressure swinging its way on into the area, and that's what's going to bring us the colder air. That trough kicks in through the day today, and that's what's going to help to increase the wind around the area. So forecast highs around the region below average. It's going to be a chilly one. Either way you slice it and dice it, no matter where you may be traveling to. But again, Tuesday morning low temperatures will drop into the 20s and 30s. And so the National Weather Service has widespread freeze warnings in effect until Tuesday morning. We'll see what the National Weather Services do across the state of Tennessee. But of course, the growing season has started to kick up a little bit further to our south. So as we get into the growing season, remember the frost and freeze program will be reissued by the National Weather Service. So we're dry all the way through Thursday. Friday, we'll see those elevated rain chances, and it looks like we're going to be trending on the dry side Saturday and Sunday. Another system is going to be swinging its way on through. So this is Friday into Saturday. Here comes this little wave in the atmosphere, and it's going to push this rain on into the area. But it doesn't add up to a whole lot. We're looking at some relatively dry conditions, so it just doesn't look like it's going to produce a whole lot of rain, maybe a tenth to upwards of a quarter, but the heaviest rain is going to be across the southeastern part of the U.S. So here's your temperature trend over the next 7 days. Cool today and tomorrow. Then those temperatures climb into the 60s, so at or slightly above average as we get into the weekend and the start of next week. And of course, those low temperatures, a hard freeze on Tuesday morning, and then it doesn't look like we'll have that hard freeze as we get into our Wednesday, Thursday, and for the rest of the week. But just to keep us all in check, remember, we still have to get through April. That's when we continue to see the freeze and frosty conditions around much of the southeastern U.S. And looking ahead, March 24th through the 28th, maybe we could be trending just around average, and then maybe below average temperatures return to the area. Oh, by the way, how about this? How many more days until spring? Well, I'll tell you what, my friends, we are looking at just one more day. Spring officially arrives tomorrow. Easter is 13 days away. Tax Day, who doesn't want Tax Day? Tax Day, 27 days away. And Mother's Day is 54 days away. How about that? All right. We sure hope you have a wonderful and safe day, everybody. Again, a little bit on the breezier side. It's going to stay on the cooler side today. A hard freeze goes into effect tonight. Warmer temperatures with some light rain showers as we get into our coming Friday. Don't forget to check in on the daily forecast every single day. I do a daily forecast update. That's video. I have the 24-hour weather channel right there on the East Tennessee Weather app. It's all available right there at your